want to play us in? Woo! Here, let's hear that again.
Was that it?
That was it.
Let's hear that. All right.
Wow.
Intro
cool.
song. Let's put it in here. Dancing Man.
Guitar friends is on. Maybe you're in your car or mowing your lawn. Just turn it up. The guitar friends are on.
Woo. All right, Guitar Friends, episode 44. Here we go. We are back after the special edition episode. And there we go. We're back. We're back. Here we are. Woohoo.
It was
There
a
we go.
signal of
All right, we're back.
changing of the tides.
Back to the
tides.
Yeah.
back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Oh my gosh.
Episode 44.
It's good to have you back.
How
There
far
you
we've
are.
come. Here I am.
HW.
It is quite a different experience.
Here I am.
It
It's
actually
way
is.
different.
Seeing a reflection.
It is. It's way different. You guys are much
Yeah.
brighter.
There you go.
Episode 44. A lot to talk about, including last time we talked about a lot of things, but we had this theme come up. 40 years in the desert. What was the other 40 we were talking about? 40
ounces. 40 ounces freedom.
40, yeah, something like that. But guess what?
40 pounds of beef.
The channel has gone over 40,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh.
And it happened, I'm not
really?
even kidding, on my birthday.
No.
I just had a birthday.
Wow.
I just had a
You turned
birthday.
40.
No.
Okay.
Actually, I have another big announcement.
I
I have
was
another
gonna
big
try it.
announcement.
Beat you to it.
I have another big announcement. I have decided that because we are living in modern cities, modern times, modern ideas. And, there's a lot of emphasis placed on people's personal identity. And so I will now only be identifying as ages in increments of 5. So from now on, I have decided I will be 35 for until I reach the age of 40, at which point I'll be 40 for about 5 years until I'm 45. I will continue doing this through 50, 55. At 59 and a half, I will then become 59 and a half to qualify to take out my retirement funds, tax without a penalty. I will stay 59 and a half for 5 years and 6 more months until I'm 65. And then after that, I'll just wear my pants high and say I'm old, older than you.
You do whatever you want to do. At that
Exactly.
point.
You did a lot of thinking on your birthday.
So
Yeah.
I can officially say
You're in your mid-30s.
I'm in my mid-30s.
Wow. New rules. I like these rules.
New rule. So I'm 35, and eventually I'll be 40.
So you always round down until you get to the next 5, and then you're that. So when you're 44, you're still 40.
Yeah.
Okay, always rounding down, never going up to the next one. Okay. All right.
Dang.
I'm 40. Feels good.
How
I
old are you,
guess that
John?
makes me 40.
We're all 40.
Y'all are 40. I'm 35. Here we go.
Easy peasy.
Guitar Friends is on. So,
Guitar Friends
so
is
big
on.
announcement. I just figure, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, I know a guy who's like 1 year younger than me, and I'm like, I could be your age. And you just keep doing that until you're whatever age you want to be.
Right.
A friend of mine works with a bunch of people who have immigrated here from Mexico. A lot of I don't know how often this is. A lot of the people he works with specifically, they don't know exactly when they were born.
Really?
Yeah, how old are you? I think I'm around.
Yeah, the older
And
ones.
so they just
yeah.
pick a date. Like that's my
Yeah.
birthday.
Wow.
It may be wrong by years. They don't know.
Years.
Isn't that weird though?
It is.
It would if you
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
How would you know? How close do you think you would be able to get?
Yeah, people always tell you what you look
That is
like.
such a complicated question because you would have never known
If you never knew.
at 10, 11, 12,
Right.
even all those, you were still already off.
yeah, exactly.
I have come across, we've been doing foster care, so I've come across kids that don't know their birthday,
Right.
but they know how old, I was born 2 years ago,
but
5
their
years
birthday's
ago,
known. The system knows their birthday, right?
No.
Oh.
The mother did not.
They
you
weren't
go.
documented births
Yeah,
or
they're just
something.
born at home, and the mom
okay.
dropped them on. So it's like I think I was born around April, or whatever,
Right.
but never.
It's like
Could
something
have
I
been
feel
4 years, could have been 6 years.
something I feel like I've taken for granted my whole life
Right.
is knowing how old I am.
And your birthday.
And this guy just craps all over it. He's like, I
He
don't
doesn't
care.
even care about his actual age.
It's just a number, and it's a social construct.
And
See,
you could
as
be-
we see, let me ask you a question: are those people older or younger than they otherwise would be?
Hey, who knows?
they don't know.
Turns out, guess it doesn't matter.
So it's like Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
They're old. They're both older and younger until we know their actual birthday.
Exactly.
That must be so, like, there's a lot of that goes along with that being part of your story.
Yeah.
But that just must be so annoying. Like, how old are you?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
like
know.
having
Right.
to say that over and over
But
again.
you know, it's funny, Koreans too have this because in Korea you age with the new year. So if you're born, so this is the Korean tradition, and when people come here, they then understand that we mean something different. But if you're born in November or in March, you turn
doesn't
1.
matter.
You're 1, and then it's like, how old are you? I'm 2.
So at the turn of the year,
Yeah.
they all advance.
This is like the Korean tradition.
Wow.
This is like how they do it. And now I believe because there's Western influence, everybody has their birthday. So it's not like they don't have like we
Actually,
don't
way
recognize our
prefer
birthday.
that.
But they just,
I like that.
It's like, what month is it? Am I?
but
Hold
what's
on,
interesting
no.
about that, it identifies your age also identifies the year you were born. So everyone who's 10 right now was born in a year. And so when someone says I'm
Exactly.
it does, and you don't do that thing where it's like, I'm a year older than you. No, you're only 6 months older. Because
Right.
everyone born in 2023, when you hit 2024, you're 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like, how old are they? 2? And it's like, oh yeah.
Right. It's
I
just the
remember
current
I know when
year.
you
they
were
were
born.
born. Yeah.
Right.
Like, what's 9 or 10 months between friends? You know, it's like,
Well,
we're
when you're
all-
when you're
totally.
9 or 10 months, it's all of your development. Ironically, some
that is true.
it be,
It's being alive
yes,
and being in the yeah.
it's all of and I mean some people
If
would,
you're- if
the
you're-
older you get, the less it matters.
Right.
Right.
If you're under the age of 1, it's 100 close
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
100%.
This one's been born.
Yeah.
This one's not even conceived yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
No, I wouldn't say. I
love that.
I wouldn't say that it's.
It means less and less as you get older.
Yeah.
We did actually recently talk about that.
I just want to say for a second, as
Yeah.
a passionately pro-life person, I do not believe it affects your personhood. But
Oh my gosh,
but,
yeah.
but go ahead.
There you
There
I
you
didn't
go.
want what I said there to be misconstrued of like it's your entire development, like you're not a person, are a person.
Right. But
Maybe
9
some
months
people-
is a
Yeah, maybe
That's a
some people
gap.
think that.
yeah. I got
Right.
you. No, I was just saying. I think we recently talked about that, like what age you are when you go into your grade. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
when your birthday
Oh, right.
affects. You know, like whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe that. I think you were some book you were talking
Yeah.
about, but. Yeah, I mean, when you're that age, a 10-month gap can mean a lot.
Huge.
You know, from 6 to 7 years old or something.
Yeah, what's weird,
Yeah.
you meet people. So at this wedding, it was that I went to a little while ago. It was my brother-in-law getting married. Now my brother-in-law is, well, I'm 35, but
Dang.
but so is he. So
So many people are 35 now. Way more than there were an hour ago.
I know. Totally.
he's about 4 years younger than us. Now, when you're 12 and 16, that's a big difference. When you're 12 and 8, it's an enormous difference.
Right.
But now I'm meeting his friends who were all younger than me. I really didn't have much relationship with because they were littler kids. And now I'm meeting them and I'm realizing they have kids
all the
my
same.
age,
Right.
my
They're
kids
just-
same age. They got
right.
the same.
They're normal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so really they inspired me to be 35.
Oh.
You know, I learned from the youth about what we're doing these days. So no cap. I'm 35, scribbity, Rizzler, toilet.
Skibbity toilet.
Yeah, Skibbity Toilet, Risley Bear, Ohio.
Ohio Riz.
Uh-huh.
I had to go to get a new license yesterday. And so they had to take my picture
Why?
because my old license was expiring.
It came up to.
Yeah, I've lived here for 9 years.
expiration.
When does my license expire?
Did you get a real ID? Mm-hmm. I had to get one of those.
So, but I took a new picture.
Is mine a real ID?
No,
Unless you've gotten it recently.
unless you got it in the last couple of years.
Like how recent?
Like-
Well, I just got on an
like a
airplane.
year.
Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, fine.
But that's coming up. There's like a deadline coming up where.
It's like years from now.
Oh. There you
Yeah.
go.
Anyway,
My ID's real. I checked it.
When you're 40, you'll need one.
when you're,
Got it.
but I took I took my new picture and then I looked at, then he handed me my new license and my existing license, right?
Here's the difference in how you look.
Here's the difference in how you look,
Right.
in 9 years. I had not a single gray hair in my beard. And,
Wow.
I see my license picture kind of all the time, but I don't really
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that's a big difference, It was
Oh, yeah.
It was a big difference.
Yeah. This was all dark when we moved here.
Yeah.
And
Should this be all of our license photos on the thumbnail?
sure.
If we could try.
Do
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Why not? Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I
ahead.
just
I like it.
it's how
It's
much
kinda
has
shocking.
changed.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's kids, man. I think it's just like
Oh, it's
you
just-
know.
There's some old photos of you I've seen online with no beard, and it's very strange.
Well, hey, so I don't know what's actually in my wallet right now, but do you remember when we first moved here? Fellowship had like something about like who can grow the fastest beard or whatever. I shaved my beard off.
Oh,
It was probably right when you were moving here,
okay.
and then I needed to get a Tennessee license. I was like, "You are kidding me." My beard was big and glorious when I moved here. Everyone's like, "I love your beard, love your beard," and then like I shaved it, bicked it off, and then I went to the DMV and I was like, "This sucks."
Dang,
bro, that's
sucks.
3 days
commitment.
ago, this would have been
Yeah,
totally
exactly.
fine.
I
That's
think it might have a
commitment.
beard in it now, but for years and
That's
years,
really
it was,
funny.
I would get pulled over and they would be like, "Not you, bro."
Dude, I'll probably never. I'm not going to shave anymore. And I'll tell you what happened to me. I had a longer beard, if you remember, and then I cut it real short, and now I'm growing it back out. I cut my beard, and then I was holding Carrie, and she like couldn't grab my beard, and I got so sad because I missed it.
Yeah.
I went, why did I do that?
Right.
So now she finally just grabbed my beard again, like 2 days ago, and I was like,
You're like, "Ow!"
Yeah.
We're able to connect again.
yeah,
I
it
haven't-
was so nice.
I mean, I don't typically have like a full beard going.
Do your daughters pull your beard anymore?
No. They're a little bit too old for that. Although,
You're like, Dad, give me your wallet.
my younger daughter,
I want to go to the mall.
my
Much
younger
more
daughter
accurate.
always says that she wants to braid it when it's long enough.
yeah.
She does braid it, and it looks ridiculous. But
Dude, please come with a braided beard like a Viking.
no, it doesn't look like that.
What if we put like extensions in?
Oh, we could do that.
Beard extensions?
Yeah.
What's your rhythm on your beard? Are you like shortening, shaving, trimming, and doing anything?
So every time my wife cuts my hair, she like trims
During
it
a
up.
haircut, it gets. That's what I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. You're married to your wife did hair.
Yeah. She's a hairstylist.
Yeah.
Very
and,
good
And so she
hairstylist.
does your hair.
She's sort of a retired
How often do
hairstylist.
you
Yeah,
get your
she's like a
haircut?
retired hairstylist. Does she
Like-
do anyone else? Just friends or whatever?
Just me now. She doesn't do anyone. She
Not
used
even
to
the
do
girls?
like no,
Does she do the girls?
no, they go to my sister.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, okay.
sister's also
your
a
sister's
hairstylist.
also a
Family
hairstylist.
everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
She's all set up and stuff. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
If they didn't go to your sister, you think your wife
Oh
would
yeah,
just,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, but they don't get like the salon experience at our house.
Of course.
No,
Of course.
neither
know.
do you.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Every 4 weeks, 8 weeks?
No, it's usually like, what usually happens is she'll say to me, "You need your haircut," and I'll say,
it's on-
I'll say you're the one that does it. So
It's on looks.
whenever you'd like to do that, and then it's usually about 2.5 weeks after that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a schedule?
My boys have a really tight schedule, and often my wife will make the appointment, and then she will either just assume I'm too busy, or she will go, "Sorry, they didn't have 3 appointments, only 2." And so I go like pretty much every other time my boys go, which is why their hair is always so short. It gets cut, often, and then I get cut less often. But I go to a lady, and she does my beard and whatnot. But I end up, having to do it in between.
You
that.
trim in between?
Yeah.
See, I do not, and I think it gets a little unkempt, but
Beards do that.
You go to Tori, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing every 6 weeks now.
All right.
You know, Aaron does every week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I could see that. He always
Just constantly looks the same.
Yeah, that's his
That's
personality
his
though.
thing. Yeah.
It's like, what are you really paying
I would
to
say
cut,
that to him
you
if
know?
he was standing here.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it.
Every week. That's like, you ever go in the Bay Area, they had those like Asian barber shots that were all about the precision. It's like super tight and then like the smallest little fade, but the hair
Right.
gets super long.
Yeah.
Or they'd like put like a design and it always looks fresh. Those guys would be in there once a week. Like
Yeah, you
minimum.
have to.
Like
You
you
have
got
When
it's
those
like,
things grow out,
Yeah.
it's not a good look.
yeah, it's like the precision cuts. You know
you
what I
don't
mean?
want like waves in the side that are
No.
like halfway.
That's when you get like a subscription. You just pay per year or
Right.
something. It's like, I
Right.
get 50 of these. Or
Right.
something.
It should come. It should just. It should be like when you buy those Nismo bumper stickers. It comes with like a haircut subscription.
Nismo?
Okay.
That went over our heads, but he knows. What
I
it
do.
means. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up after. I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, somebody out there's going to comment on Nismo. Shall we progress into the guitar joke of the week? Guitar joke of the week. Here we go. How do you get a Martin guitar player mad?
Cut their fingernails.
Ask him to play a chord.
Tell him Taylors are better.
That would do it.
When did the jokes start? I tell you the other day we were at the dinner table and I said a joke and then nobody laughed and Brayden was like, "Was that a joke?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Jokes are supposed to be funny, Dad." I was like, "Dude, sick burn."
When your kids are too much like you.
Yeah, telling me jokes are supposed to be funny.
What is the range of a Fender acoustic guitar?
From here to the trash can?
Yeah.
It depends on.
I was going to say how far.
Yeah.
How far can you throw it?
It depends on how far you throw it. That's it. And
Hold on, can I
Go ahead.
sidestep real
Please,
quick?
please.
Is there anything worse than an acoustic Fender guitar with like the
No, they just look so
Stratocaster
stupid.
Oh, the
headstock?
headstock.
Why?
Oh my God.
Why does it? Why?
I didn't remember it, and as you were saying it, I
Yes.
remembered all
Like
of
I
it.
don't know why acoustics should always have 3 on a side, but it just if they don't, it's very
No,
bizarre
that is
to watch.
100% right.
Yeah.
Yeah, electric guitar, do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
But acoustic, yeah, my goodness.
I don't know why. It looks so weird.
Last but not least, what do you call a guitar player with absolutely no redeemable value?
Normal.
A Harris Walls supporter. I didn't write that one. I'm not sure. It was. I don't know what happened.
I didn't write that.
I didn't write that. It was in there. It was just.
You're just
I
reading
didn't
what's
write
on the
that.
phone.
Did we proof this? No. Sorry. We
Looking
didn't proof
at-
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was. I was talking to the monkey.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah.
about
Oh, the
the
monkey.
monkey.
knows.
We didn't proof
Yeah.
this. Sorry about that. Anyway, John, tell us about this guitar. We got into this on the last episode a little bit, but this
last
This is
episode
the
was-
Chapman.
This is the ML3. I have to look. This is the ML3 Pro Modern.
Okay, so what's the story here? You get big enough on YouTube, you just start a guitar company.
Chappers.
Chappers. What's cool about Chapman guitars is that they do everything like they vote. He opens up the vote.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you people want? And then they vote on the feature set of the next
Who's
release.
they in that sentence?
Anyone who
customers,
People, like they just open it up.
They
Yeah,
open it up.
I think it's
like
on their
a-
forum, right, or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like a forum. Like you sign up for their thing, and then you can vote for like
can
what they
weigh
do
in
next.
on their
Yeah.
plans
So it really is kind of like a guitar company for the people,
by the people.
Yeah.
by the people.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's like a
But yeah, they're
democratized guitar design.
Yeah, democratized. Yeah, most Chapman guitars are made in Korea, but they also make some in
Indonesia now, right? I think, don't they?
No, I think they're
No?
all Korea, and then I think they make some in the UK.
Right.
They have like a high end version.
Yeah. There's a lot of that online. You can go look. There's a whole story behind that,
Yeah.
which I will not recount.
But yeah, I bought this guitar because it was a good deal because it was a good deal for this guitar anyway, and it had EMG pickups in it. And then I needed to sell guitars, and so you bought it.
well,
But now I want it.
that is true, and now you want it back.
I want it back. I'm glad you never sold it. It's got a beefy neck, which I like.
It felt like it needed to stay in the family because at the time I felt like we didn't have any guitars that really sounded good with the heavier stuff, and I felt like that one didn't. So when it was going to leave the sort of
Yeah.
stable, I was like, we got to keep that
You
around.
protected it.
Now
Yeah.
I have like a whole room full of
Now
heavy
you have
guitars.
Isn't that weird? You didn't want this guitar when you didn't have as many guitars, but now that you have a lot of guitars, you want this guitar again.
Yeah, well, that's a good. Yeah, look, I'm not here saying that this is the greatest guitar in the world. I'm saying it's like a good addition.
But it sounds
to your
pretty good. Let's
collection.
hear it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Plug that in. Here, I'll here's with the effects, and then I'll make it dry for you. It's kind of like a.
Sounds so good.
It sounds really good, and it didn't. It sounds. I would put that tone on the very very upper end of hard rock.
Yeah.
It did a metal-ish thing, but there's still very organic hard rock sound to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, part of that is the angle iron too.
Yeah. Is that the?
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
You mean the Giant of Kandahar?
The Giant of Kandahar.
What are you talking about? Angle. Kandahar.
Yeah, Kandahar. 2002,
here.
John.
Sorry.
Special Forces.
I know.
What do we know the story? Did we put it out?
We know it.
Didn't we talk about it?
Well, in case people don't know, in 2002, a routine Army patrol went missing. Some Rangers were sent out to go locate them, and they found at the mouth of a large cave in the mountains near Kandahar a bunch of broken Army equipment, and they thought okay, something happened. So they continued, and as they approached the cave, they tried to go in, and a 15-foot tall man with fiery red hair, 2 rows of teeth. I don't know. I'm not his dentist. He impaled one of them with a spear. Dan.
Freaking badass.
Dan is what the source says his name was. Dan.
Wow.
And
Dan.
they obviously opened fire, and they say that the Giant of Kandahar sustained 30 seconds of sustained fire
Dang.
before it fell to the ground. They, recovered the body and transported it to base. And
No one's ever seen it.
maybe it's real, maybe it's not.
Then he sent it to Nevada.
But it's from a very reliable source, the AM radio program Coast to Coast. You ever listen to that? So I remember getting my license at like 16, 17. And I'd go to my girlfriend's house. And that girlfriend is now my wife. And we'd hang out till late. We didn't really have parties, but there was like a group of people we'd hang out with. She lived with her roommate. And then I ended up living with that roommate's boyfriend. So it was like, and then it was kind of a group of friends. So we'd hang out over there. And I'd be coming back home. And if I remember correctly, Loveline ended at 11 p.m.
Really? That seemed early.
I think that was it, though.
That's right, though. I used to listen to Loveline on the way home from work.
Did it end at 12 or 11?
It must have been 11:30. Yeah, it must have been 11:30. Yeah, around 11. I don't know. Seems
But
right.
right after Loveline was this crazy show called Coast to Coast with George Norrie. And now there's a different host. But it wasn't on the Loveline station, but all they did was talk about conspiracies and lizard people and UFOs. And so that is the most credible source that cites
Sounds like it.
informants
Midnight radio.
from the Giants of
Yeah,
Kandahar.
right.
And I remember I used to go hang out, and I would often listen to George Norrie on this. And that's when, I'd like go grab a Jack in the Box burger on the way home.
Perfect time for
Oh,
Go to
dude,
one of those. Like there was a place, there was
tacos.
an old.
Oh, 99
Yeah.
cents.
Do y'all ever have Mr. Pizza Man? Was that a chain near you? That was
No.
a strange chain.
Mr. Pizza
Mr.
Man.
Pizza Man. The Arby's would stay open. The Burger King would stay open. There was several things you could hit up. There's a great burrito place. Donut place stayed open. So whatever you were in the
hungry
mood
right now.
for, I mean, whatever you were in the mood for, you could kind of get. And I just listen to these conspiracy theories. So it's funny, like people ask me, like, I didn't take you for conspiracy guys, and it's like, that's why I say conspiracies make the world more fun.
Right.
Because it's like those were the late nights. Like you hung out with your friends, you played Guitar Hero. You know what I mean? You just like,
They do make they make the world more interesting.
and then you just get in your, beat up Toyota Avalon, and you just,
The Avalon.
or the Corolla, depending on the year, and then you just drive home and you go grab it, and it's like, oh man, I could go for some old fashioned donuts right now. And then you're just learning about how like these lizard people, lived like were really in control of the government of Canada up until the mid 1980s.
Yeah. What else are you going to learn about at that time eating dollar tacos?
Yeah.
It fits.
It does. It does. Yeah. I remember too, during that era of my life, Jack in the Box used to have on back to school days free tacos for a day. Limit 2 per customer.
Whoa. Oh, really?
So you'd go, and it's
a big deal.
The high school would let out, and they would just descend on the.
It
Jack
has
in the
been a
Box.
long time since I've had a Jack
We
in the
had
Box.
one in
taco.
Franklin. It closed down.
I wasn't there.
Jack in the Box?
No, he's saying there
had-
was a Jack in the Box in
Yeah,
Franklin.
the one here.
Yeah, I
we
know,
would-
it
I would
closed
go
down.
there sometimes.
You never see a Jack in the Box close down, but that was the Jack in the Box just a few years ago. I pulled over with my Toyota and or my Tesla, and the lady was like, "Whoa, what kind of car is that?" And I was like, "It's a Tesla." And she was like, "You just got a big screen on there, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's where you control everything." And she's like, "Wow." And I was like, "Do you ever get
Don't
out
tell
of
her that it's electric.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you chained
You'll
to
be
this?"
there for 30 minutes explaining it.
I was like, "Ma'am, are you chained to this Jack in the Box? Do you get outside?"
Do you
Yeah.
live at this building?
This was way, way after people had Teslas. Like, I got mine in 2019.
There was probably a Tesla.
dealership.
Yeah,
in Franklin. There
Teslas.
was.
Yeah.
There was. I was like, whoa. She was a lizard person for sure.
Yeah.
That was an NPC they forgot to load in the memory.
Yeah.
All it had was like the program running the Jack in the Box and instruction
It was
manual.
on V1 still.
And it was
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah.
the capacity was there.
Wow.
She was like, whoa. What kind of a horse are you riding?
Yeah.
That's prime real estate, though. Right off 65 right there.
Yeah, they're making it a bank.
Right there, yeah.
Who needs another bank?
Everything's a bank
Everything's
now.
a bank.
Screw these banks, man.
So dumb.
Banks are dumb.
Same thing
What
in
do they
Spring
do?
Hill. There's all
Who's
this, like,
going into the bank?
nobody.
Nobody.
I went into the bank. I needed some cash. You know what I do? I go in. I don't know how you guys do this. You ever have cash on you?
Very rarely.
I go into the bank like once a quarter and just get a few $1,000s. And then that's our cash until it runs out. You know, we pay the babysitter. All, you know, it's like
Times you need cash.
Yeah. The kid needs like $25 for his field trip. You know what I mean? And
You know, they have this thing where you just drive up and you can just get cash whenever you need it.
might steal your identity. And so I go in, you know what I mean? And I just go like, there we go. And then it just runs out. And then all of a sudden I go, oh my gosh, we got to get that money again. Like I feel broke because I'm always like, there's always money in the drawer.
But when it's
Babysitter's
when
here,
it's
pay her out of the
empty-
drawer.
Yeah,
When it's empty, it's like, oh no. Right? This cost us money. Right?
I feel like you haven't held cash in your hand for decades. You seem like that kind of person to me.
I very rarely have any cash.
Right.
I
Makes
mean,
sense.
Yeah.
Digital.
Now, my kids are like, they have money.
Right.
Yeah. All of our cash in our house
We
belongs to my
borrow
kids.
money from our
Yeah.
kids.
That's what I do
all
too.
the time.
My kids have an envelope full of IOUs from me. It's like Dad owes you $3.
Right.
Dad owes you $18
Because you needed it for some random
or we make
reason.
change or whatever.
I'm surprised your babysitter's not like all about Venmo. You know
We
what I
do
mean?
that now.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know, something comes up.
You
Something
need
comes up.
cash for something.
I have a Friday poker game that I go to about once a month. I need cash.
Can't Venmo for those.
You can, but somebody else has to have the cash.
You gotta
Because
put
it's
it on
like
the
gotta
table.
go on the table.
Right.
Because we're gonna win it that night. And it's too confusing. It's like, well, I had put in $100. Like, what?
How about chips? You got chips? You can just
Well, we play
Venmo?
with chips, but at the end you cash them back out.
You need
Yeah.
to take the cash with you.
Yeah, and so someone's
Right.
like, "How much do you have?" And it's like, it doesn't matter what you started with. It's like I have $400, and you want to be able to hand that person 400. You don't want it to be like, "Well, I had put in 100,
Right.
so can I Venmo you?" And then it's like, yeah, but it's way too confusing.
Right.
The
If someone
cash
else,
that goes in, the cash that goes out.
there
if
has-
someone brings $1,000,
It all has to go into a pot.
yeah, if someone brings $1,000, you're like, "Can I borrow $100, $200? It's like, yeah, Venmo me right now. Here's
Right.
the cash.
And you still play
You're
with
whole.
that
But
cash.
once the money
Right.
it goes into the dealer,
Sure.
it's got to be whole.
Fresh pot.
What
Fresh pot.
Fresh pot.
is that? Bucky's?
You've never seen this?
Oh, we talked about it. We were going to show him.
Can you
Bucky's is like
we
fresh something on the
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you?
brisket on the board.
Can we
It's
watch a
quick.
YouTube video right
It's
now?
quick.
It's really short.
I don't see why not.
Right here in a Guitar Friends episode.
Go to YouTube.
Oh, I'm watching old Stern. Do you guys
Search for Dave Grohl.
I'm so excited right now.
Dave Grohl fresh pots.
Is it part of a longer video? Or
I'm
is
so
it,
happy.
It's very.
I'm so happy that
that
you've
we all
never
get to
seen this.
experience
I don't know
it.
what this, other than like this recording this thing.
Right. How long is it?
2 minutes.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
the one.
I mean, here's a man that probably has 5 fresh pots a day.
Come on. Just a fresh pot!
He's got an insatiable thirst for coffee. I mean, if I drank that much coffee, I would cry decaf.
Yeah! That's something. Hear that drum? Celebrate me! Fresh pot! Fresh pot!
That's the one. That's the one.
Wow.
Okay, we'll have to put that. We'll have to put that in there. We'll screen grab it to
Yeah.
get people can watch that.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's
I
great.
mean, helps you understand Dave Grohl so much more.
Yeah.
And
That
you.
is funny, man.
And me, I really love coffee.
Yeah, we all love coffee. How's this coffee? Because this is a new one. This is a busy cold brew, and it's the medium. And it's hold that up, John, so we can see it. It's like an amber color. And I remember I told you, but don't be alarmed. It's like an amber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good.
What do you
How
think?
does it compare to the what was it? The Stoke?
The Stoke espresso roast, or we've done the dark, but I prefer the espresso. But this is different.
This is about as light as I would want to go.
Yeah, but it's strong.
Not really.
No, come on. You taste that. What is
I
that?
ordered 4
This
shots
is
over
it's
ice
as red
all the
as the
time.
head of the giant of Kandahar. You know what I'm saying? That's how amber this is.
Wow.
This is no. I drink. But yeah, I'd rather have straight espresso.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Well, this is what my wife got from Instacart.
it's delicious. I like it.
I thought it was onto something.
I'm gonna
It's
try it
not
on the
s-
way out. I thought it was Stoke, and I was
It's
like, I've
not
had that.
strong though. You think that's strong?
Well,
Like strong flavor?
I know what you're saying. It's not dark, but to me, it's strong. But it's not dark.
Strong caffeine
It's like a very coffee flavor.
flavor.
You know what I mean? It tastes like the lady who did the tuition in my grammar school, like her office smelled. And she
So
was
specific.
addicted to coffee. Just had it running all the time.
Like her and Dave Grohl would have been like buds.
Like she had a big machine with the orange handle thing, like in the carafe,
Oh,
like
yeah.
in her office, like a machine that I think would go in a restaurant.
Like a restaurant,
And I
yeah.
guess her office double. I think it doubled as like the break room,
lounge.
conference room. Yeah. 'Cause it was a big
It wasn't
room.
just her.
Yeah,
It's funny,
It was
I've
her
never-
desk in there, but I think that was like her
Yeah.
desk, but it was in the lounge or
Right.
whatever.
I've never been there, but I can smell exactly what
Totally.
you're describing.
This taste in my mouth is how it smelled, and I've just been adding.
I
Oh,
love
that's so good.
I love coffee, but yeah, I don't really love like.
You're not digging that,
I don't
huh?
love cold brew,
Yeah,
just as a rule normally.
Iced coffee better than.
but I
cold
like
brew?
there's no acidity. I like the low acidity of cold brew,
Oh, see, I want it to like punch me in the face.
but
Just
I
like
don't like
whiskey.
the acid. I want it to be strong. Like I like that espresso. Like you don't like the Stoke espresso that we talked
No, I
about?
do. I just if I have to choose if I can choose between cold brew and anything else, I usually choose anything else.
Water.
Well, any other type of coffee.
Understood.
I'd rather have cold brew than water.
We might have talked
To
about
me,
this.
go ahead. Go
But,
ahead.
what's your bean?
My bean,
Yeah, when you make coffee at home.
either the Starbucks espresso,
Okay.
the Pete's Major Dickinson's.
Dark.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Okay.
It's like their dark one. Yeah, it's usually one of those.
Okay. You
That's
got a
good, yeah.
go-to?
It's whatever's cheapest
Okay.
of the, and then or like Target brand espresso also.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
No, I mean we don't ground a ton of coffee. My wife does for espresso. I don't really know what she uses. So if she's making coffee, like she'll make lattes or just espresso shots, and
Yeah.
and we'll do that with beans. And I think I do. There's a bean from Honest. It's like it's the North African one or whatever.
We've got the dual axes before. We like that one.
What's that?
It's from Honest.
Honest is good coffee.
Dual
man.
Axe.
I
It's
never
really
buy
good.
beans from like coffee.
Oh
places.
yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah.
Their iced coffee,
They're always too light.
really.
You like the darkest
So
coffee
they
possible.
do have some that are this light,
Yeah,
but
like when I was buying, I used to buy coffee from Sprouts too,
Yeah, us too.
and I would get like the darkest
Yeah.
like Italian.
Either those like
The, like-
bins, right? You just like fill up your thing.
like
and you
the
can even
Italian
grind
roast,
it there.
something.
I like my coffee like I like my women.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Been in a few episodes now. We should make a compilation.
Boom. All right.
Well,
Anyway, so okay, back to this guitar, the Chapman ML.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this. Do you really want to buy this?
Yeah.
You want it back?
Yeah. I think so.
I almost feel like I'm.
is this the third sale now? You bought it, you sold it to him, now you're selling it back?
He bought it. Now
He
sold
bought
it
it,
to
sold
me.
to you, now you're selling it
Now
back.
it's selling
Okay.
it back. So the only person who needs to own it now is you.
I have never owned it. It's like
Do you
the
want-
casino. Me and Jared just keep buying and selling.
Do you
that thing.
want to
keep
own this
swapping it
guitar?
back.
No, not for any
What's
reason.
going on with the casino? You're selling it to Jared.
Well, I was thinking about selling it, but he
on.
was like, "Hey, before you do that, maybe I want it back." It's first. What is it? First right of refusal. And I wanted it.
Well,
You
tell this
haven't
guy.
even-
Tell
You
this
haven't even
guy.
had it a year.
Yeah, if you want,
yeah,
listen.
it's been a year.
If you want to bring Jared on the podcast, we will confront him.
Okay.
And tell him,
Yeah.
Jared, so to speak, shit or get off the pot, man.
You got to buy it.
Fresh pot.
Because I want to sell it,
Yeah.
but I'm sort of. I'd rather him have it because now I have access to it.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
I mean, the ultimate. The ultimate goal is to sell someone a guitar and then borrow it for 6 months. I mean, that's the ultimate
That's
goal.
what. Yeah.
Like
a friend
'cause
with a
now-
boat, a friend with a pool.
Case in point,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
taking this guitar home.
Right.
But I don't plan on paying him for it today.
Sure.
But we're not going to let this become like my buddy who just sent me $900 for a guitar I gave him almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And thank God he's honest and he
I
remembers.
would at least
That
give
is
you the
insane.
guitar back before that.
I forgot.
That's really insane.
I think he forgot too. He probably remembered like every 6 months.
Yes.
When he would play the guitar, I'd be like,
Yes.
Right.
did I pay for
I'd
this?
be like, wait, oh yeah.
That's really wild.
I also realized he's tried to get together like probably 3 times in the last 5 years. And I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do it sometime. You know what I mean? He probably would have brought it up then. I appreciate him saying it. I forgot. And then I looked at our text message. I'm like, oh, right. We were right here. And he's like, yeah, dude, I never paid you for this.
It's a good surprise.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate it. So this guitar might go back to you.
Yeah.
Where'd you buy this? Why'd you buy this?
I bought it on Reverb.
Do you recommend these guitars? Like how much was this guitar when you bought it?
I think I got a good deal.
I
on
bought it from you for $600.
I think I bought it for $600.
Well, I don't know if you know about inflation, John.
Now it's $750.
No, the code is always,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
gotta
the
do the
code's
same
always like
price.
there's a, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
It
is
also
why I
came
think
with
it's good.
It came with a hard case too. Came
Yeah.
with the original hard case.
Which is why
Flat
my
black.
buddy is probably a good thing that he's paying me this $900 because he could probably sell it for more.
For sure.
Right.
Because if I told him, "Hey, dude, I'll just give you the $600 for the video work that you did, and can I get my guitar back?" I could sell it for more.
Yeah, sure.
But I won't do that. He's a good dude. He's a really good dude.
Also, I think these inlays are glow in the dark too.
That always helps. What's that thing on the headstock there? The little wrap. Is that for like vibrations?
It's just for string vibrations. Yeah.
So, all right, you show us this thing here. Let's go to this other one too. We've got the RG.
Oh yeah, the RG20.
With
What's
the
the
Rev,
story behind that character?
the Rev G20.
The R.
No, what's that one
The Whispers
called?
of Gin.
Yeah, what's up with
Whispers
Jin?
of the Gin.
You got a story there, HW?
Yeah, so Jinn are magical creatures from kind of the like the Indian, Pakistani, that region of the world, sort of. And they're these magical creatures that sort of have powers. In Marvel, the younger Miss Marvel, she's Indian by descent, and her powers descend from the Jinn. Her powers are, then in the book, they seem to be related to Miss Marvel, but she has these bangle cuffs that allow her to like do this thing, and these sort of jinn appear to her, and they're like these super humanoids that have like they have like powers, and I don't know much more about the jinn than that. I think there's a number of jinns have a number of powers, but they're almost like some sort of a spirit magic person.
Are they prone to whisper?
Sure. I suppose they are. John, would you like to play the...
There's nothing whispering about this tone.
No. It had nice cleans, and so I thought that was cool.
It really
Okay.
does. It
I
really
So
does.
it had some really great things. You want to do the cleans first, John?
Sure. Yeah,
All right.
The cleans on this pack actually.
Someone
are
said
nice.
they were impressed by the cleans.
Try that. Hang on again.
Oh boy.
I'll take the chorus off there. I mean, Hendrix, what's the difference? No, I'm just kidding. Look, metal and cleans thing. While John tunes the guitar a little bit, I'm gonna, metal and cleans are like, what are they? It's like,
It's not required for entry. you
yeah,
know?
it's
like,
it's kind of an
a
interesting
bonus.
relationship.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if I'm not married by 40 and neither are you, we'll just get married. Do you know what I
Is
mean?
it a movie?
Maybe
Or several?
I don't. Yeah, probably several. That's like a popular premise, I think.
Yeah.
But I think a little chorus on there, you got yourself a stew going.
Yeah.
Oh.
A stew.
It's a vibe, you know. It's just a very like modern. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just compressed thing.
It's pretty bright and like in your face.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then
Who makes this amp? What amp is this?
this is the Rev G20.
Rev. Nice.
So it's like they have the generator, which is 120 watts.
Yeah.
This is the G20.
The small guy.
Yeah.
So small. Yeah,
Small
it
guy.
has a lot of features.
Yeah, and then this guy, you just all of a sudden, if you tell the gin a bad joke,
He gets mad.
then they they bite your head off. Why not?
I mean, it
pretty
works.
cool.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guitar's got EMGs.
it's cool.
Yeah, it's
Are
cool
those
guitar.
like really high output EMGs, or are they?
I mean,
just
they're
like,
hotter than like a normal humbucker for sure.
All right, here's my my go-to AC30. How does it sound with your EMGs?
So much mids.
Quite the difference.
Yeah, well, the output was a little up, but play a little. This is a thing. This is a thing with EMGs. It's like they're so different. I don't feel like you could ever have them in a stable and then like set up sounds for like the other guitars. You
No.
can, but they have to be like that, you know.
You couldn't switch between these two guitars.
No,
know,
you
like,
can't.
yeah.
You can't.
Not gonna-
I mean,
Here, give him that cable,
You
and you
could.
see. Give him the cable.
well,
It's like a.
the tuning is definitely.
well, the tuning's.
Well, here, you tune. You tune. Oh, look, we're back
always
to the
like
short
that.
cable.
It's always the best.
Well, if you wouldn't sit 10 feet away, Suze,
No,
you're practically in another room.
that's so true.
It's to me the number one thing is like you want like I want all my pickups to work together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I actually hate guitars. It's why like like I love all of Suze's guitars, but the guitar I probably would never own that Suze has
Is the Sparkle Jet.
is a Sparkle Jet.
Because it's so different.
It's so different, and I
Yeah.
love when other people play it, but I don't love Gretsch's. But also, you have to like change everything. I feel like now I say that, but sometimes we plug it in, and it sounds great. It's like sounds amazing.
that guitar always sounds great to me, but it's always different.
Yeah, and it's like
there was a day not too long ago where I was just playing one guitar after the other.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
And then you handed me the Gretsch, and it was like, this was just a completely different guitar.
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, I feel like I stopped playing electric guitar.
Yeah, it's like
it was
a different thing
instrument.
altogether.
Yeah.
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 yeah. It's a
So
weird,
I feel like it's not really about like they sound bad. It's just that it's going to be, you have to plan for it. You have to plan ahead of time if you're going to bring, two Telecasters and a Jet.
yes.
You're going to have like a set of sounds that you want to use specifically for that.
All right, here's Suze on my. Just wiggle that thing.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like a
compared to
clean
that
sound.
Thing, yeah, totally.
It's like way
that guitar.
different. You
I
know?
love that guitar.
Yeah,
That's a great
nice one.
guitar.
Yeah,
Do yours again.
it's gonna be louder.
It would drive so much more.
So much more.
I know, it's like you hit a drive pedal.
Okay, now try it.
What did you do?
It's just like way too much for.
Just turn it all up.
It's like my ambient patch when I need to like play behind stuff.
It's just like too much. With the volume rolled down, it's not bad.
wiggle stick.
I'm into that, man.
Interesting.
I dig it.
It's cool.
Yeah. That's a cool guitar.
Would you do a little experiment with me?
Please.
So can you just defeat all of the amp and the effects and everything? Because it's still going into Reaper, right? I just want to see where that peaks on your DAW and where this peaks on your DAW.
Oh, sure.
Oh, turn it into a direct box.
Yeah, just to like.
You don't want the amp even?
No, I just want to see like going into your DAW, like what, how loud that is.
Okay, this is a fully. Okay, there we go. This is a.
So it's. Do you have like a number that it's peaking at, basically?
Turn it all the way up, John.
I mean, it's basically peaking.
Yeah, it's peaking at like yeah.
What is it at?
It's at 0, but that's just because it's hitting the. It's just
peaking.
peaking there.
It's peaking.
Can you turn like the
Try
whatever
yours.
down?
Try yours. No, I'm at 0.
I don't think it's going to be a. Yeah, I think it's going to be a big difference. Not even close.
That's full on.
Yeah.
That's full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would guess that's a good 6
6
8
dB.
6 to 8 dB.
That is nuts.
Less.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds it. You know,
That's nuts, actually.
Yeah.
Like so much louder and much more
it sounds
driving.
it. We're gonna leave all these pops in.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop. Pop, 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 pop.
It sounds it, man.
So
Yeah.
even like a humbucker that would be in an aggressive guitar, do those sit above that in terms
Oh,
of
yeah.
output? Okay,
Yeah,
they're
they-
just known for
Yeah.
like a Sur that has a Sur Modern would be quieter than that still.
I think every active pickup is probably above even the highest passive pickups.
Right.
Oh, I see. Battery on
Yeah.
those. I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Crazy, man.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't bring that on a Sunday morning, but
Would you?
it sounds good.
Would you play that in church? Should you play it in church?
I mean, you could. You just, look, it's not like this guitar is incapable of playing a clean tone,
yeah. What's
You
funny was like when you turned it down, you're like defeating all of that 8 dB
Right.
boost.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
It's cool. Are you going to put in some demos?
I was just going to say it'll probably be on the demo.
Yeah. It's been in Tone Junkie demos.
What's your
Yeah.
next one coming out? You have an amp that...
There's one done.
Oh,
There's
it's
another
already
one that's done. I got 2 more on the way.
You can
Oh,
leak it.
Hughes and Kettner.
You can leak the
The
one that's done.
The Hughes and Kettner is in the building.
Oh. In this building?
No, it's not in this building.
It's in your
It's
building.
in my building. Yeah, the one that's done is it's a PV Invective.
Is that the insult or is that...
I had to look up what does the word invective mean?
Yeah.
It means insulted or insulting.
Did you put any insults in the demo?
I did.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's cool.
that's a good amp.
He was like, the demo goes, and it's like, and it was like, Kamala is a valid choice.
I didn't write that one.
Oh, I didn't write that. It's your demo, John.
Yeah.
Who approved that?
What? Well, oh,
Oh, the monkey.
wait, that's also not approved.
That's
Wait,
not
sorry.
approved.
We'll have to.
The poor monkey.
If that makes it through the edit,
We didn't write that.
There's some tomfoolery going on here. So, I mean, what's your? Have you ever owned any other Chapmans? Is this the only one?
I did own a classic
Yeah.
Telecaster
Did
for
you
a
dig
while.
it?
I kind of remember that.
I kind of.
I didn't keep it because I just ended up. That was like part of my. That was like toward the beginning of my selling all of my guitars phase a couple of years ago. So I didn't keep it, but I actually played one recently that I did like at a Guitar Center in Nashville.
Your favorite place.
Yeah.
You're there a lot.
You guys, I did play the Rabia model.
Yeah, you texted it. You texted us about
You
it.
seems enthusiastic about
It's a
it.
$4,000 guitar, but it's excellent.
Really?
Your words were, when these come down, I will buy one.
Yeah.
So
I'll have one eventually.
yeah.
I can't afford a $4,000 guitar. That's a lot.
Yeah. You know what we should do on maybe the next episode? Can we all bring in our most meh guitar?
That we own.
Like, what's the guitar that you own that you're the most like meh?
I know mine.
Is it like one you're selling, or is it one that you kind of want to keep, but it's still kind of meh?
No, one I'm selling. We said
there a-
we were gonna do a thing where you were gonna try to guess all of our tiers. You know, like we'll never sell, we'll likely not sell, or we'll definitely sell.
What was that? So, okay, I see.
That was the game.
So you gotta
Well, I
categorize
guess we'll do it
guitars
next
in
time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely have 2 on the chopping block right now.
What are your 2 on the chopping block?
The Japanese Jazzmaster, and the Casino. Yeah.
The Oh yeah.
That's like I love the color.
That's not the Jazzmaster you've had forever.
No,
No,
the
that's a
newer
Mexican
you
one.
got.
No, that one has sentimental value.
Yeah.
But it's the newest one I bought. It's the charcoal color one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just not
Well, you know what they say.
not that cool.
Where there's a way, there's a Juan.
It changed.
Well, the guitar is from
Japan.
Mexico.
Oh
Your
yeah,
guitar's from
the other one. Wow. That's really good though.
So what's on the list? What are we eyeing? Anything? You're eyeing a $4,000 Rebay guitar. I bought a 210 matchless cab recently. It's on its way. I also have a matchless Brave upstairs. You ever play a matchless
I want to
Brave?
hear that. Yeah.
I know no one has because I think there's only 5 ever made. And one's upstairs in a box. Came from Canada. It was owned by a moose.
I believe it. That's how they roll.
So I'm pretty excited for that. Actually, we should. What should we do on the next episode? Let's do a game on the next episode. Maybe our most like the meh guitar is like what's a guitar that you kind of you're like this is cool, but I'm not going to sell it. I want to keep it, but
Yeah.
it's not my favorite guitar.
I got a feel like that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we do. Should we play it in church again? With an updated version of Would
With a
You Play It
whole
in Church?
new list of them.
Yeah. See, here's a question.
Remember there was one that was just the Grim Reaper. It wasn't even a guitar. It was like barely a guitar.
Oh, yeah.
It had like
was
strings
barely a
on it, but
guitar.
you were like holding a Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an easy no. Don't play that.
Yeah, that was an obvious.
Actually, you know what? Last weekend at church, there was a guy playing a matte black EVH Wolfgang.
Oh.
Or like not a Wolfgang. The
The one with the
EVH
weird-
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. The yeah.
Weird shape.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a smaller
Yeah. It's like his PV shape.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
PV
yeah.
shape.
The PV and then became
That's
the
what
Ernie
he was
ball
playing.
shape. Yeah.
Sounded great.
Yeah, he designed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he does call it the Wolfgang.
Floyd Rose and everything. I was like, this sounds great.
Did it sound great? Like, was his tone worshipy, or was it just something else, or was it
It was like
modern?
it was like kind of modern, but it was good though. It wasn't egregious,
Yeah, you want to know what's funny? I went to my kids. I'm leading this kid. You got to go.
Yep.
I'm leading this kids. I'll wrap up with this. I'm leading this 11-year-old discipleship group.
Okay.
So these are 5 kids I brought to camp, and it was a great camp. My son's in this group. Started at 12, wheeled it down to 5, and
Like Jesus did.
He really did.
Just kidding.
it really did.
Started with 12.
Yeah. So.
Anyway.
So it was my son's. It was also last night his first time in the youth group. He went from kids to youth in 6th
yeah.
grade. He goes up, and he was a little nervous. I could see there was high school kids and everything.
Sure.
He was a little nervous. He just like grabbed a bag of Cheetos and started watching some kids play Fortnite. And then, but dude, they were like, it was like this kid. I've played with these kids before because a couple they'll do some like student Sunday and they'll come play with the big band on a Sunday, So I played with a couple of these kids before. I wasn't playing this time, but I've played with some of them. They're like, it was such a vibe in like a smaller room. It was obviously like just way more improv and like follow the leader. You know what I mean? I don't even know if they were playing with tracks. They were just, and I was like, dang, I kind of want to play with these guys more than the Sunday
Sure,
thing.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And sure, the leader is like he's a dude who I'm friends with. And then the bass player was just a dude I'm friends with. But everybody else was kids. And it was like they sounded good and the room was small. And it was like tiny. It was like 80 people in this room. And I was like, I might sit in with these guys.
Let's take you back to like when you learned.
Can we
It
play?
does.
Can we play a show?
Did we just start a band?
Can we start a band?
Oh my gosh. That was easy.
Will it?
I would really love to actually.
What would we do?
We would play the Basement East.
We would play whatever. We would play some covers. We could write a song or two. It'd be great.
Make some of your metal demos actual songs.
Yeah.
What if we took some of the AI theme songs that we threw out for Guitar Friends
Yeah.
And that was our set list.
and just did that? Is that your wife calling you?
Yeah, my wife's calling me. I gotta go.
What's she
Are you
saying?
here? Are you close?
Are you here? Are you close?
I need to leave.
What do you got going on?
I have stuff.
All right.
Life.
Well,
All right, nothing too fun. Not going to Guitar Center.
No.
All right, I've been
No.
HW. This
I've
has
been
been.
Seuss.
There you go.
I'm still John too.
Guitar Friends episode 44. Put it in the books.
In the books.
Yeah.
See ya.